Hello everyone and welcome back to the Berserk manga read through. This is the beginning of volume 15. So we'll be reading from chapter 100 today. We've made it to the 100th chapter of the manga, which is awesome. And that's just counting the 100 chapters of the manga since the Golden Age, because obviously the Black Swordsman arc is essentially like a chapter 0 in a sense, which has all of those different chapters. But this is the official chapter 100 at the very beginning of volume 15. And we're picking up where we left off. Not at the end of last episode, because we did a brief intermission to read the Berserk prototype, which was an interesting insight into the origins of the story of Berserk, and seeing some elements that are very familiar and some that were, kind of left by the wayside. But we're going to continue on now where we were left on that sort of cliffhanger of our demon bugs showing up at the village, ready to cause some mischief. So let's push in. This is our cover art for volume 15, the start of the volume. A screaming, yelling Guts surrounded by vicious bugs. My favorite. And we are greeted with moth butt and then moth titties. That's right. Moth butt, moth titties. And Guts's brand is bleeding. And we know exactly why. Now we've seen this one, this exact demon pop up a couple of times now. I think the first time we saw this one pop up was leading the attack on the other part of the Band of the Hawk that were with Rickett, before Skull Knight saved him. And then I think there was another moment where we saw this one as well. But they're all running around naked. So there you go. Conviction Arc, the Lost Children chapter. This one is called Queen. So we've got the queen bug over here. You're really strong, mister, even though you're human. How come? So is not aware, I guess might not be aware of who Guts is then at this point. A big elf. That's an elf? That's an elf? So you're the queen bee. I'm no bee. I'm an elf. Yeah, I was literally going to make the queen bee joke, but I'm like, no way, shape, or form resembles a bee, so we're going to leave that one out. And quickly goes to throw the knives at her. Looks like the wings deflected it instantly. Yo! Playing elf, maybe. Insect scourge. That was mean. Did you hear all that? What should we do? Get him. He's a liar. He's a lying grown-up. We always get the grown-ups. What's with them? They don't seem like elves. They seem like... Right, then here I go. Ha! Just zooming right on in. Wait, Guts! Time out! We have our double spread as he goes to swing his sword right through, and he completely avoids the swipe. What? Too fast for you, dude. She's aerodynamic. Oh, she actually got him in the arm too. Jill! Guts! You okay? Shut up, or get lost, you. Haha, Yahoo, gotcha. Bitch. Time out, hey, time out. I said time out, quit fighting them. Shut up. I can hardly tell you apart as it is. Keep hanging around and I'll swat you too. Listen! They're definitely not elves. They're children. Say what? The way they move and act. Besides, I can feel it in their thoughts. I can tell. They're children. Human children. Human? Huh? Hey, don't go talking with humans on your own like that. That's what we call Picaf, the outcast. Huh? Pika? What? Picaf? Picaf gets punished along with the humans. Kill her! Shoot her down! What? What gives? Interesting. So they are human children that have been like converted or changed into these like demon bugs. I guess that's how we can... That's what the whole lost children thing is about. Oh wow. Stop it, Rosine. It's you, isn't it? And she hesitates and swooshes right past him. Jill? Rosine? Huh. They recognize one another. Interesting. She flies away. Changed up her mood real quick when she recognized Jill. Rosine. You okay there, Sonny? And he falls down. Guts? Hey, what's wrong? Mr. Swordsman? It's her dust. Looks like she's poisonous. I was clumsy, damn it. Can you stand? You can beat him up now, kiddo. Ah, my cattle barn! The winter provisions! Was it you? Did you do this? Thomas! You use Thomas like that. Have you no humanity? Oh no, we're pissing him off again, especially the housewives. It's all because Guts goes so nuts. What's so funny, bastard? You people make me laugh. When this kid ran out, did even one of you unlock your door? In any case, you will hand those children over to us. Jill, Thomas, come here. Jill. Jill! Hurry! Hurry and come here. Mom. Jill? No. Oh, fuck. Oh, and you turn around and just the fucking horror. Oh, what the fuck? Those are children. They're children. Guts. Damn things changed back when they died. Right. Right, that's how that works. So they're all fucking children that are changing into the demons because, you know, as we know, like the humans are capable of doing their demon transformations. And when they're killed, they revert back. Oh, fuck. Chill. Change of plan. How about you step aside? And that's the end of the Queen chapter. Alright, so these children have either willingly or forcefully become demons. And that's such a horrific sight of seeing, like, when they're killed, it's just like they all just revert back, so it's just a pile of burning corpses of children. And now Guts is like, great, they're gonna blame me for that one, so I gotta desperate times call for desperate measures. We'll move right into chapter 101, and we'll see how this one continues. This is called Elf Fire. You see the burning bodies of the elf demon children. How about you step aside? Jill! Mrs., don't! Jill! Guts! Wait a minute, what are you thinking? You're pissing them off even more here. Quit rubbing them all the wrong way. Look! It's an elf! It's an elf! Is he really on their side? Now everything's gone all wrong. Puck, stay hidden, please. Everyone, please stand back. He's wounded, so it'd be really dangerous to approach him. Coming through. Jill. Mom. Oh wow, and this dude really just like thinks it's a good idea to try and give him the old whack with the hatchet from behind. It's not going to go down very well. Ooh, as the knife edges into Jill's neck. Give it up. My body's going numb, and I don't know when I'll lose control. You brute. Misses. Ah, evil. This is turning into the least of all available evils. Ah. And he leaves. Why? Why? Oh, it's this dude. Is he going to jump out and try and surprise Guts? You go on home. Hey now. Oh, there you go. Sorry. This is far enough. You go on home. Hey now. Just go on home. You put a knife to a girl's throat. She's bleeding, ain't she? Fist of Fury. grabs him, shakes him out. Just shakes out the elf dust like salt and pepper on the neck wound, and now she ain't. See ya. Sorry about all that. He's leaving. You're going to the Misty Valley, aren't you? I'll go too. Jill. That girl. That big elf. She might be my friend who vanished a long time ago, so what'll happen? Give it up. As you saw, she's not human anymore. I'm about to go kill that friend of yours. If you come with me, what'll happen? Stay away. This ain't some kiddie game. He's going. Is this it then? The end? Will it begin again? The way things always are there. Nothing changes. Nothing ever happens like it's always been. That's the way things are. Look at you. Unbelievable. Why you gotta go and say those things? Being all grown up and blunt in front of a tender little girl? She gives you shelter and food and you repay her like that. Don't do those things. Teach the youth. He's bleeding out because of the wound in his left arm. Come on, let me see your wound. Ah, that does it. What the hell's your problem? I'm only going to say this once. I got no recollection of making you my pet. Quit buzzing around me. I'm sick of it. I'm not a pet, though. Hey, don't say that. Without me, the story'd be way too dark. You gotta have color in your life. Isn't that right, readers? I thought I told you before. Seeing elves makes me want to vomit. Makes me want to crush them. Don't think you can win forever. I can at least take a finger down with me. One man, one kill. And as usual, Puck is thrown away by Guts like nothing. Oh sure, had enough, eh? Come and get some more. There's a ladybug crawling through the hair. Fine, see if I care. And naturally we see a footstep here next to Puck, and that'll be Jill following along to still try and see if she can do something. As Guts proceeds to vomit out probably the poison in his body right now, and he's having those flashes of the charred children corpses. Ah. Okay. He's tended his wounds, concocting a antidote to the poison from snake blood. Lost too much blood. Ugh. This is the life, Guts. On top of that, poison and weariness. Eating cocoa leaves. Looks like it's gonna be a long night. Just you, there's me, there's campfire, and a big slab of iron. And as usual, as night falls, the brand of sacrifice bleeds once more. Oh. Again. It's the demon fetus. Oh wow. And surrounding demon fetus is the burnt children's corpses. Holy fuck, this is very confronting imagery when you think about it, huh? What the? Was it you? Did you drag them here? That's the end of Elffire. As we move into chapter 102. Whenever these chapters just end on like almost like a cliffhanger, I'm just like, we need to start the next one immediately. Oh good. I always hate it when we get to a Berserk chapter and it's a series of images instead of it being the actual thing. That's always fun. Let me sort this out. We'll get the actual chapter 102 and then we can resume the story. Alright, we're back. Chapter 102, baby. Where Guts is surrounded by burning children corpses and the demon fetus in the campfire. Red-Eyed Picaf is the title of this chapter. This would be terrifying, because it's like, how the fuck do you fight these off? That's how you fight these off, by slicing burning children corpse ghosts in half. As they just fucking come for you at the same time that you're trying to recover from literally being poisoned, and there they go. Bastard. Oh my god. Swings the sword down, like, right on the fucking campfire, busting it open as, like, just fades away into the sky. You really know how to get under my skin. You'd make me babysit brats all night while I puke up this blood? Fair enough. If it takes me all night to cough this stuff up, at least I'll be able to pass out in the mud come morning. God, maniacal looking expression. I hear a wolf howling. Jill should not be out at night. Fucking just randomly, like, walking around with Puck. No sweat. No beast will ever attack you if you're with an elf. Apparently. Is he really an elf, I wonder? Or just some shady creature? Idiot response, this heading. Hey, is this okay though, Jill? Is what? You know, even if you are with me, ain't it bad news for a girl to be out this late? Besides, they're not elves, they're dangerous, like monsters. Guts being how he is, you can't depend on him. And it's not like that queen's gonna become human again if you go to her. You might regret this. I'm sure I would regret it. Whether I'd followed after him this way or gone back to the village instead. Either way, probably. But, right now, I've already come this far. As, she looks up in the distance to see all of these lights and just absolute blind fury as we just have Guts absolutely eviscerating these phantoms. Crazy expressions too. Oh wow. And then like one throwing him off because is also talking. Mommy? Where are? And without hesitation, he's like, no. I ain't your mom, kid. Get sliced. What are? Guts. Fuck. You just see this. Yep. Just running on through with that maniacal face. Look at that. It's no use. He's totally gone. Yeah, when he's in like this state, he's like animalistic. Mommy. And another one wrecked. And another one. And a fireball head flying through the sky. And almost slicing right through Jill. And then he realizes what he's about to do. He just quickly brings the sword to a stop as he just almost wiped Jill off the map. Ugh. And then, due to his hesitation, they climb on his back. Mr. Swordsman! And then he begins to get overwhelmed, but also protecting Jill, and launches himself off the edge of the cliff, clutches her and tumbles down. That's quite a fall too. Hey. Passed out. Move. You're heavy. The bug with you? Huh? Oh. He's just like, almost taken out. Sprinkle his dust on me. I hurt myself on the rocks and I can't move. Not that I want it, but oh well. I'm sorry, whatever. Just hurry. Why'd you follow me? Picaf. So what is Picaf? Picaf the Outcast. All the kids around here know about that. It's a fairy tale. Long ago, in a village, there was a boy named Picaf with pointed ears and red eyes. His parents loved him very much, but he was always bullied by the village children because of his eyes and ears. They called him Red-Eyed Picaf and Pointy-Eared Picaf. Picaf thought, this isn't my home, these people aren't my real parents. Because neither Picaf's father nor mother, nor even one person in the whole village, had red eyes or pointed ears the way that he did. One night, Picaf snuck out of his house without his parents knowing. He went to find his own real parents and his own real world in which to live. He made his way alone into the forest where elves were said to live, where the grown-ups said never to go. and Picaf found them. They had red eyes and pointed ears. Certainly they were the same as him. But this is what they said to the overjoyed Picaf. "You're one of us." "No, not true. You haven't wings to ride upon the wind like we do." Seeing Picaf's confusion, one of them informed him of something. "Long ago, a human man and woman brought a baby here who was close to death from illness. We have broken the law of our village and entered this forest to save this child. This child is our life. Please somehow save him." The man and woman pleaded desperately. They granted the request using magic on the baby. The baby's life was saved, but in exchange his appearance was altered to half resemble the elves. Even so, the man and woman cried tears of joy. It only mattered that their child survived. When Picaf heard this, he ran off in great haste. With tears in his eyes, he went swiftly back the way he'd come. But when Picaf returned to his house, it was all too late. On top of the small hill between the village where he no longer knew a single person, and the elf forest where no human was allowed to live. For some strange reason, even though he'd only been in the forest for a few moments, in the village 100 years had passed. Picaf the outcast cried and cried, his red eyes swollen even redder. Not much of a happy ending. Rosine loved that story. Meanwhile, Puck is just like in tears. In fact, she once told me, "I'm just like Picaf." And there she is, as the sun rises at the end of the Red-Eyed Picaf chapter. Very interesting little story there. And also, probably one of the most terrible things that could ever happen to a person that already feels isolated, lonely, and like an outcast, for them to seek the origins of their existence, the understanding of why they are the way that they are, and for them to find that truth, get their answers, and only to return to where you came from lonelier than ever, and even more isolated. That is a terribly sad story, unfortunately. These chapters are very interesting in how we're being presented with this. It is quite interesting to move into a new, a new era of Berserk storytelling, like a new arc, new chapter, new characters, all of that kind of stuff, because you're really like starting again, in a sense. Like, we're going back to some very familiar parts of the story, but at the same time, there are these whole new things, whole new concepts are being brought to us as well. So it's a bit of a slow start to the new chapter, as it's got like this. The story is much more personal now. It's very, very intimate, because it's not dealing with a whole group of characters, a whole cast like the Band of the Hawk, and like fighting armies and having like all of these characters in. It's much more personal now. It's very much like this is the journey of a very isolated, lonely black swordsman and his pet that he doesn't want, Puck, and then whoever they meet on the journey, and kind of going from there, instead of it being so many different characters on screen. So it's definitely a shift in the storytelling, but one that I am very interested in going along this journey with. So we're in the last chapter of this episode, chapter 103, which is the Recollected Girl. So I guess we're going back further in time to tell the story of Jill and Rosine. Rosine was a girl 4 years older than me who lived across the street. To me, an only child, she was like a real big sister. Rosine was a little strange. She liked playing in the woods and streams like a boy would, and she'd do things like catch bugs and small animals to proudly show me. She had lots of junk the kind boys would consider treasure. The oddest of all was an egg-shaped stone that looked like a human face. She said she'd found it on the riverbank and always took good care of it. Puck immediately knows what that means. Pretty sure Guts does too. We'd play in the woods and streams so long that suddenly the sun would be starting to set. That kind of thing happened often. But when I think about it now, it was because Rosine avoided going home. I didn't understand because I was so young, but Rosine's parents fought a lot. She was always the reason. She'd often have bruises on her cheeks and arms. At those times, she'd always tell me, "Jill, the story of Picaf isn't really right." In the real Picaf story, it turns out he really is an elf. Even now, he lives happily with his real father and mother in the land of the elves, and to tell the truth, I'm just like Picaf. I really belong in their land too. She'd turn to me as I looked serious and impressed, and grin in a funny way, like she was forcing herself to be cheerful. I heard about this later on. Before I was born, my village got wrapped up in a big conflict. At that time, almost all the villagers had taken refuge in the forest and were safe, but it seems not all the women escaped in time. Among them was Rosine's mother. Rosine had to grow up listening to her father's remarks. Like, is that girl really my daughter? Then one night, it was raining heavily. Who's there? Shh, Rosine. Jill, this is goodbye. I'm leaving. Goodbye? Where are you going? Where else would I go? The Misty Valley. I'm going to the land of the elves. Farewell, Jill. I leave all my treasures to you. Rosine. Farewell. So, she's got a bailet, and the scenario, I'm trying to remember like the scenario, she would have to awaken the bailet, which summons the god hand, right? And then she'd have to like plead her case and offer something in return of great power. Something is like sacrifice to then achieve the ability to become a demon, I believe. The grown-ups searched the forests and mountains for days looking for Rosine, but in the end they weren't able to find her. Then, oddly enough, a few days later, her parents also vanished from the village, almost like they followed after her. Her parents, didn't we just read that Rosine's mother was killed? The village got wrapped up in a big conflict. It seems not all the women escaped in time. Among them was Rosine's mother. And then had to grow up listening to her father's remarks. This very much sort of tells the story that she grew up with a widowed father. But then right here it says her parents also vanished. I don't know if that's like a translation issue. There was a wooden box with all the treasures Rosine said were mine now, but looking through it, that strange stone was the only thing I couldn't find. Then, sometime afterwards, those elves started attacking villagers. I didn't really understand being so young, but now I feel like I do a bit, how Rosine felt then. So it seems like she used the bailet and sacrificed her parent, or parents, however this story is translating this to me, had to make a sacrifice, which is why I'm assuming why they disappeared, in order to achieve an elf-related transformation, and then started kidnapping other children to, like, join her little band of elves, right? Hey, that strange stone Rosine had, was it like this? Look. Like this, Puck just pulls out a bailet out of Guts' pocket. Again, you pest. It's the same as hers. What is it? A freeloader at my place and my body pillow, Betchy. Betchy, the bailet. Totally settled in. As he smacks it, you can just see like the eye. This is a magic stone. Bring back my Betchy. A magic stone that summons angels who grant power to weak little humans. Angels. They might just be demons disguised, but something like that. Even I don't get how you use this to summon them, but your friend ended up doing it, and she obtained that pseudo-elf form in exchange for something. Something. Funny that you mentioned fairy tales. It's just like Picaf's eyes and ears. You've got to have some collateral for stuff like that. They require a sacrifice. They tell you to present what's most important to you in return for power. Guts. A few days later, her parents vanished, he said. Rosine offered them up to have her own wish granted, her own parents' lives. as sacrifices. Let's put an end to this. This ain't some kid's fairy tale like Picaf. It's a gruesome grown-up fairy tale, and if you stick your neck out any further, you'll end up dead. Next time, I'm not stopping my sword. As he just rests it on her shoulder. Wow. This is no place for some kid who snuck off from a loser father and a powerless mother to go wandering around in. You're a nuisance. Hold on, don't you think you went a bit too far? Jill goes to just slap him too. Just grabs the arm. Don't do that to me, please. Kids have their own fairy tales. You want to escape? Stick to Picaf. You get back here now. Why is it going to be this way? You keep going on about kids. Well, excuse her for being one. This is child abuse. I'll sue. Regulations are strict these days. If you keep doing what you please, we'll get banned. Hey, what you doing there? Picks up by the wings once again and throws him under the rock and puts the rock down. You're as fairy tale as they come, and you never learn. Let me out, you little... Stretching the skin. We do need a little colour in the story. Puck is very good colour for the story. It's a good dynamic to have someone that's very brooding and blunt, you know, with someone that's very colourful and flamboyant, you know. Jill! Jill! Jill, don't let what that rotten creep says get you down. Kids can't be blamed for being what they are. There's nothing wrong with you or Rosine, Jill. It's just that kids always suffer, and it's society to blame for that. Yeah, but it's embarrassing and frustrating. By the way, Jill, I kind of got stuck trying to get out. Oh, shit. Right from above, we see our demon butterfly, Rosine, flying up ahead, causing rocks to, like, flail wildly. Oh, she does this. She, like, opens her wings. Behold! My nipples! She comes face to face with Jill. Rose. And Puck is almost squashed like a bug. And Rosine puts a little frog on her head. And laughs about it. And they... Okay. Rosine and greets her with a kiss on the cheek and a hug. It feels like ages, Jill. Rosine, is it you? That is the end of the recollected girl. Interesting. Okay. Berserk, right at the end. Feels like a Cowboy Bebop ending when it just has like the black screen with your white text at the bottom. Berserk. And that brings us to the end of chapter 103. Very interesting few chapters. Yeah, very interesting few chapters. So it's obviously setting up some stuff, and I'm very interested to see where it goes. But it ends with Rosine tracking down Jill, and Puck is still with Jill, and Guts has walked off to go and take care of Rosine and the elves, but probably should have just stayed with Jill because look what happened. So we're going to have to wait and see for chapter 104 to see how this reunion will go down, and whether Rosine is being nice or being manipulative and is probably going to try and lure Jill over to her side to become part of her little gang of elves. But we'll see how we go. So thank you so much for reading along, listening along, and watching my Berserk manga read through. Next time we'll start with chapter 104, and we'll see where the story picks up. So thank you so much. I will see you then.